dear fellow suicide loss survivor, if you've ever laughed or had a good moment and then immediately felt guilty because your person isn't here physically, this message is for you. Welcome. I'm so honored you're here with me today, because today we just normalize feeling conflicting emotions at once. So after suicide loss, sometimes because we're carrying so much grief, so much sadness, we feel that experiencing joy or laughter or any amount of fun really is something that erases our grief. But the thing is, grief does not get erased because we're experiencing a good moment or enjoying ourselves or enjoying somebody, right? Grief does not disappear at all when we're living our lives or planning for a future or looking forward to something or rebuilding, right? So why do we feel guilty? Why do we instantly feel guilty when we're having a good time or feeling a bit more positive? Well, it makes total sense. It does, because most of us feel like we're leaving our loved one behind, right? So there's this loyalty conflict that happens that makes complete sense. So for example, first few times I was enjoying myself or finding myself laughing or enjoying a song or, right, I would constantly just feel this pang of guilt. Why am I feeling this way, right? My soul angels aren't here. Why am I feeling this way, right? And you might also relate with that. You know, if you have a good experience, a good time, or you go to a concert, or you enjoy somebody's company, and then you ask yourself, am I supposed to feel that way, right? Am I supposed to feel any amount of, positivity, or does it mean that I'm leaving my loved one behind, right? Does it mean that I am, erasing my grief and my pain, and, does it mean that I'm moving on, basically, right? We're not moving on, right? We're not moving on, we're integrating, right? So begin with awareness, right? So what am I feeling right now, right? I'm carrying grief, but what am I feeling? Maybe I'm feeling joyful. Maybe I'm feeling a little more positive than I did yesterday. Maybe I had a great experience, right? Went to a great concert or hung out with an amazing person, had a great conversation, right? What am I feeling? So, right, I'm grieving. Yes, I'm still grieving, but I'm also enjoying myself, right? And then after awareness, use discernment, right? So does, for example, laughing erase my love for my loved one? Right? No, it doesn't, right? Does enjoying myself erase the fact that I'm still carrying a lot of pain and unresolved emotions and, unanswered questions? And no, it does not erase that fact, right? So after discernment and starting to see, wow, actually, no, grief can coexist with joy, grief can coexist with positivity, grief can coexist with having a good time. After discerning that, right, move to integration. And integration is basically living the healing, right? Integration says, well, if two things can coexist, what does this mean? So if I can feel joy, if I can laugh, if I can have a good time here and there, and still love my loved one, right? Then how can I turn this into living the healing, right? Perhaps asking my soul angels to join me for the song that I'm singing in the car, right? If, I'm having fun with someone, enjoying conversation, and realizing, well, you know what, this doesn't erase the fact that I'm still grieving the fact that I can't have a physical relationship with my soul angels. Doesn't erase the fact they can both coexist, right? then maybe seeing that person that I connect with more often and not feeling guilty or not judging myself for it, right? Perhaps even inviting, again, my soul angels along for the ride, right? That's integration. That's living the healing, right? It's no judgment. It's carrying many emotions at once, even though they might be conflicting. Again, right? Love does not erase grief. Laughter does not erase grief. Good times don't erase grief either, right? I can have a great time and still accept that I'm still grieving. Right? I can find myself laughing at a movie or in a conversation and still accept the fact that I'm grieving, the fact that I can't have physical laughter with my soul angels, right? Doesn't mean that I can't talk with them. I can invite them in, right? Whenever I'm having experiences that are joyful, that are positive, that are making me feel good or better, I can invite them in, right? It doesn't have to be all or nothing, right? So if ever you find yourself judging yourself, feeling guilty for having fun, having any amount of positivity or laughter in your life, just remember, grief can always coexist with any other emotion. And this other emotion never erases your grief, never erases your healing. It can only help you integrate everything together. So my dear fellow suicide loss survivor, I say this with all my heart. Please take good care of yourself. And of course, may you be filled with music and heal.